Welcome to the 359. I'm Roger Chang.
I'm Alfred Ng.
What does a black hole look like? Thanks to 8 radio telescopes and a lot of scientists, we now have a picture, albeit it's one that's 55 million years old.
Yeah, so it's about 55 million light years away, which means that we're just seeing it now. And it kind of looks like Sauron or like a golden ring.
We saw a couple of the memes already pop up, like with a little bit of Photoshop. It's been kind of altered to look a bit like a bagel, or my personal favorite, like a glazed donut.
You know what my personal favorite is, but we can't talk about it on the show. No, we can't talk about that. But if you go on my Twitter feed, you can see it.
Let's not talk about that. So this is at the black hole, the center of the Messier 87 or M87 galaxy. As you said, 55 million light years away. It's just kind of a fascinating look at this thing because it's not what I'd expect. I wasn't sure what I was going to expect.
Did you think that it was going to be like pitch black? Or
yeah. I'll be honest, yes.
I saw the tweet go out as I was on the train and it went underground, so I kind of lost reception for a bit, and it didn't load, so it's just a black image. I was like, am I being trolled here? Is this just like what it really looks like? I'm like, I don't have reception, and then once it finally loaded, it's like, oh, that is not what I expected at all.
Yeah, what were you expecting when
honestly, like a pitch black like thing? I thought it might have it'd be like an eclipse with like a ring of light. That's kind of what it does look like.
It does kind of. Well, the fiery bit was kind of surprising to me. So yeah, it's fascinating. These aren't actually images, right? This is basically using radio waves to create an image.
Yeah,
right?
they used like a bunch of telescopes from around the planet to kind of piece together different parts of it. So it's as if they had like several cameras and then like took small snippets of it and put it all together in one collage that like fits together.
Yeah, that's kind of amazing. It just blows my mind how they're able to do that. Next up, we want to talk about AirPods 2 versus the Powerbeats Pro. David Carnoy has Vanessa has a nice breakdown of which ones you should get. Bottom line, if you need them right away, AirPods 2 or AirPods 1.5 is what David calls them, is probably the ones you should get. The Powerbeats aren't coming until May, but they do offer...
They've got the hook. They've got the clips.
I know. If you're paranoid about those AirPods falling out, like our friend Dan Van Boom, those clips could be a lifesaver.
That's very important, and I also enjoy that they're like in ear. There's a big reason why I don't like AirPods that much is because I don't like headphones that are not in ear like AirPods are.
Now you are a cost conscious kind of guy. These are $250, so almost $100 more than the AirPods. Is this something that you would consider with the hook and the in ear?
No. Yeah, I still wouldn't buy it. Like it's $250. Like get out of my face. But I'm just saying that they do look better than the AirPods too.
They do seem to address the main concerns for folks who are a little leery of the AirPod. Mm-hmm. That said, the charging case is massive.
That is
much
also
larger.
A problem. Yeah, my I think that's like a big convenience of AirPods with like the case. It looks like floss that you would carry around.
Right.
That is not the case with the Beats case.
Lastly, if you're an audiophile, if that's your big thing, Dave Carnoy does say that the Powerbeats offer a richer, cleaner sound and better bass than AirPods. So something to consider. Lastly, check out our exclusive interview with Carla Hayden, the Librarian of Congress, and her audacious plan to put everything in the Library of Congress online and at your fingertips. This is the latest in CNET's library package, taking a look at how libraries are evolving in this new digital age.
Yeah, it's really cool. I do think that, a lot of resources at the library would be much better if you could get it online. And yeah, check out our exclusive story on that.
All right. For more of these stories, check us out on CNET. I'm Roger Chang.
I'm Alfred Ng.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks everybody for joining us for yet another recording of the audio podcast, which you can subscribe to using the links in the description below. Go ahead and send in your comments and questions. This is one of my favorite episodes already because we don't spend much time talking about Apple. We talk about a product that's arguably better than Apple that beats them at their own game. And then we talk about cool science-y and literary stuff like Library of Congress and black holes in space. So yeah, go ahead and chalk this up. 542, my favorite episode.
And it was under 4 minutes.
It was exactly 4 minutes.
We hit it. Holy cow. We actually hit the advertising brand of the show. But yeah, anyway, send in comments and questions. A lot of people are already sending them in. So right out the gate, let's go ahead and talk about other scientific discoveries that are right on par and the equivalence to the importance of this black hole picture, from the discovery of gravity, theory of relativity, or like where do these rank against each other? This is a question coming from Tim.
Yeah, this is among one of my favorite scientific discoveries, you know. I try to rank them every morning when I get up. The cure for polio is a big one for me personally.
What is the atom bomb? Got the atom bomb too.
They're all Einstein.
What, polio?
Wait, polio isn't.
Oh no, polio's not.
Yeah. I mean, I think this goes beyond though, like, oh, we saw a black hole, like, isn't that cool? We got a photo of it now. Right. I think the idea is that, like, there was the exact shape of it has been kind of like a debate in like that community for a while now, and to see that, and do you remember like 2 years ago when I think the gravitational waves like discovery?
No.
That was the one where they had discovered.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like these are definitely like major developments. How's it going to affect like your daily life? I have no idea.
Right.
But it definitely helps out with like more research going on in the future, because it's more like definitive for like different kinds of things.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's too early to stack this up against any of the sort of the big scientific achievements that are out there, just because we don't really know what kind of fruit this will bear down the line. I think it's going to take a lot more research, but this is definitely it's a big moment. Actually seeing a black hole is, like I said, it just sort of boggles your mind that we're able to do this. But I think we need a little bit more perspective, a little bit more time before we can really sort of rank where this is in the grand spectrum of scientific achievements of mankind.
I'm looking forward to finding out if this black hole has its own cryptocurrency and how it runs on the blockchain.
All right, next question coming in from Michael Brown. This one might be a little bit over our heads because we are severely.
I promise
not
you it is.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
not even
I guarantee you it will be.
How exactly are they able to explain that this is, in fact, a black hole? Now, I don't know if we're the right guys to do this, but I know in the article that we've circulated, the National Science Foundation, right? They put a couple of video explainers in there that were helpful, that I was crash coursing on this morning after I saw the picture and getting ready for this show. That made a lot of sense, but then again, I'm a dummy, so that's the best I can offer as far as advice goes on how to tell what really defines a black hole. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm going with your explanation.
Yeah. They do a pretty good job of not talking down to you, but also not like soaring clear over your head. Like, I was able to kind of breeze through the videos and be like, okay,
I think
they're basically, this is how light behaves.
Yeah, exactly.
You're justifying how the light behaves. That's what makes a black hole.
I think like Eric Mack has a nice kind of summary of that. It's sort of that, like to your point, the idea of how light behaves on light on different parts of the spectrum behave based on what it is, whether it's a black hole, or it's a star. And I think by using that, using the light as sort of an indicator for what it is, that's how they can confirm that this is a black hole.
Yeah. So that's the best we got for you. But thanks for the question all the same. I think we're all just kind of like, what? Collectively? But it's still cool, right? Speaking of that, there was a reference somewhere to Interstellar, the movie. How proud is Christopher Nolan right now?
Oh,
I think he's angry. I think he's looking at this photo. He's like, where are the bookshelves? What's going on here?
The bookshelves are coming in another 10 million years. So they're coming later. It's
55 million.
55. Sorry. You're right.
Next question comes in from Mahmood. What would happen if Earth fell into a black hole?
You would die.
Yeah,
everybody dies.
Yeah.
That would be bad for all of us, really, just in general. It would be a bad day.
Let's go ahead and talk about the earbuds. People want to talk about the earbuds. So,
the AirPods?
AirPods, whatever.
They're all earbuds.
All right, yeah, they are all earbuds.
From Scrit, he asks, what would happen if AirPods and Galaxy Buds merged? Timothy backs that up, wants to know the same thing, or is he wondering if Apple needs to diversify more?
All right, here's a really cool tip if you have a lot of money. buy both of them and then have an AirPod in one ear and
God.
the Galaxy Buds in the other, and
No,
sync
that wouldn't
both
work.
of them
They
to your
wouldn't.
phone.
They wouldn't sync, right?
Yeah, you can have multiple Bluetooth syncs on like one device,
But
can't you?
would you need both of those AirPods for it to work, or both of those
Like
Galaxy
both.
Buds?
I mean, you can have them both sync, but you keep the other one in your pocket.
Oh, God, that seems like that's a terrible idea, by the way.
Yeah, rich
Don't do
people
that.
do this. That
I actually would love to see some of the best of the AirPod features in the Galaxy Buds, which I think I like a little bit better in terms of fit. But in terms of like the kind of like the instantaneous connection that an AirPod can create with an iPhone, like I'd love to see that with the Galaxy Buds on an iPhone. I think that would be sort of the best of both worlds.
Also,
but
the Galaxy Buds have this cool feature where, like, in the case itself, you can charge it on like your S10 as like wireless charging. Apple should really come up with something like that where you can charge like their devices wirelessly.
Really?
Like the power like just goes through the air. Like I don't. That would be cool if Apple did that. I don't know.
I can't even tell if you're trolling me right now or like.
It's Alfred, of course he is.
Jeez, man. Actually, well, over the air. See, when you said over the air, that threw me off because I actually would want to see buds that charge through the air. Like you put them anywhere and like
without the case,
without
like
a
just
case,
the buds themselves.
Like
yeah.
they just shot and without pad. Basically, you put them anywhere and like they just broadcast.
So it'd be
power
like
to them.
air powered.
Yes,
That'd be cool if Apple did that.
If they
yeah.
did air power, absolutely, yeah.
I just want this show to, like, we're going to stop doing actual news and just let Alfred just
Troll.
riff. I think that would be the more watchable show anyways. That's my 2 cents.
No one
No,
would want to
no.
watch that.
I think everyone would want to watch that. So what happens if AirPods and Beats fall into a black hole?
Well, they would merge together into that perfect headphone. AirPod.
That
Beats.
actually, AirPods fall into black holes every day when they like fall into the sewer
Just
grates,
ask
like
Dan
just
Van Boom.
dump out of your ear
Yeah.
and like fall in the subway tracks. Yeah, they're all lost into history and black holes.
Figurative black holes. Or literal ones, maybe literal ones
Lost
too.
them between my couch cover.
Yeah, that's a black hole.
Yep.
Mahmood is asking if the black hole is millions of light years away, how did we take the picture? To reiterate, like this is a 55 million year old picture as far as the time it took for that visible light to reach us.
Yeah, it's basically radio waves. It took 55 million years to approach us, and we were able to kind of create an image off of that. But yes, we don't actually know if it's still there. It might be gone. We don't know. It's-
Check back in 55 million years to see what it looks like today.
Yes.
So Ryan is asking, what does it look like now?
Check back in 55 million years.
Next question from iSpike. I think this guy is going after you, Alfred. Maybe a man after your own heart. If there is more space than there is matter, what holds all the matter together? Is it magnets?
I don't know
Go
how
ahead,
magnets
Alfred.
work.
Go ahead, Alfred.
I actually like I know the meme with like the insane clown posse about like that line about how magnets work. I love making fun of the insane clown posse, but if you asked me to explain how magnets work, I'd have a pretty hard time doing that.
Wait, really?
Tell me how magnets work.
Polarity.
That's not yeah, don't
Positive and negative electrons.
I'm sure if I looked it up I'd
know.
learn about it,
Yeah,
but I'm
you
also
know.
just like off the top of my I think about this a lot where like if I was thrown back into time and I had the opportunity to invent like some cool stuff that exists today, then like be a millionaire off of it, I wouldn't be able to do it.
I mean, I'd write Star Wars.
What would you all right.
I'd write the script to Star Wars.
Why is this suddenly turning into the plot of the sequel to Back to the Future we never asked for?
Because we're not exactly scientific experts, so we're
Touché.
doing our best.
Yes, but I don't know what holds all the matter together. There's gravity.
Heat.
Gravity
No,
does
wait.
it.
Cold. Cool? I don't know. Sad part is I was at the New York Hall of Science the other day, and you'd think I'd know this.
Did you say coal?
coolness, coldness? Well, that's what matter apparently hardens when you decrease the temperature,
No.
and then it expands when you increase the temperature. I
Wow.
learned that at the New York
There we
Hall of
go.
Science.
There we go.
Oh god! See, clearly
We-
the right people to talk to about black holes and crazy scientific breakthroughs.
The entire point.
Everything we know about science is from children's museums.
That's right. To be fair, the New York Hall of Science is for all ages.
The point of this show is a black hole.
You only went with your kid though, right?
Yes. Yes.
Switching gears back over to the Beats again. Mark wants to know if they do charge wirelessly.
Oh, do
I don't
they?
think they do.
I don't believe. No, they don't. Sorry, they do not. Even the case does not charge wirelessly, so I think it still has a plug-in port.
Got it. I thought you were going to have a more robust answer than that.
It's all right.
iSpike is asking, with all this Wi-Fi and wireless charging systems going around, do we have any information about health statistics and impacts as far as, this over-the-air power, anything like that with electromagnetic fields? Where can we find more information on that kind of risk? It's called a risk.
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. I think there's still like a lot of research, and none of it's really that conclusive. And it really goes back to cell phones, right? Like, are cell phones dangerous? There's still an ongoing debate about that. We really don't have conclusive evidence either way. I think adding power to the equation definitely gives people the heebie-jeebies, but it is sort of the idea of like, if you're not afraid of Wi-Fi signals, then power is sort of transmitted in the same way. It's all based off of radio waves. So, yeah, I mean, I don't have a great answer in terms of like any kind of definitive thing, but I will say that, yeah, people are probably nervous about the idea of power being or power being delivered wirelessly, like truly wirelessly, not just on a pad, but over the air.
What about resources and platforms where people can do more research on their own? I mean, there are studies going on around out there. I don't know who's responsible for them personally. Maybe you could point them towards that rather than just rando Google searches that might yield questionable results.
I don't have any that come off the top of my mind, but I can definitely share some on Twitter.
Yeah, please do that. I think that's a great idea because, like, again, information can be skewed and questionable on the internet if you don't get it from the right sources. So it would be nice to... I myself would be curious, so
Sure.
Go ahead and send that out there. Michael Brown has a really great question. It's something we've never done before. He wants a quick intro as far as what everybody's beats and specialties are here at the table. Because sometimes he wonders, like, who should be asking what? And clearly, none of us are scientists.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm the black hole expert. That's my beat. Black holes.
I write one story every 5 years.
So I mean, yeah, that's great. Alfred, do you want to start? Or?
Yeah, I mean, if you watched yesterday's podcast, I basically answered every question on security and privacy and social media because that's generally what I know the most about and what I write about a lot. Also, memes and internet culture and stuff young people do.
He loves memes. The
Yeah.
meme thing. I don't know what memes are.
The young people.
The youngins. So I mean, I've spent most of my career covering the telecom industry, so everything with mobile. That's why I love talking about 5G, much to Brian's chagrin. So mostly mobile. Google, Facebook. I mean, I'm more of a generalist. You've got Ben who covers e-commerce, like Amazon, companies like Amazon. Joan covers digital media, YouTube, Netflix. All these streaming services that are popping up now.
See, Joan does a lot of culture stuff too. She and I talk about music a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we all, to some extent, could do bits of culture here and there. But
Well, I mean, yeah,
it's such a wide spectrum, right?
We're all normal people. We're not programmed robots that only know one topic off the top of their head. But yeah,
5G.
Brian, I was gonna ask, like, if our viewers have questions for you, like, what would those topics be?
Ooh, 80s references.
Yeah,
Just
80s
references.
pop, heavy metal, and comic books. That's about all I got.
And cartoons.
Yeah,
That should
and
be a
cartoons.
topic for one of our shows. Just those three
That
things.
should be.
We've done that before. We had like that filler episode when everybody stayed home, but we somehow like braved through a snowstorm and just talked about
We just talked about
anime
80s
for
movies.
45 minutes or
Yeah, I
something
stayed
like
home
that.
for that one. I was gonna come in, and then I heard you guys like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about '80s movies today." I was like, "I'm
And
turning
he
back
bailed.
around."
Yep.
Yeah.
I came through the snowstorm, and then I like, went back home after.
I'm just a tech producer. I'm just here keeping the wheels on the bus going round and round. Like I'm not a CNET reporter. I am not qualified by any stretch of the imagination. I'm about as aware as anybody else out there in the general populace of these headlines. So I feel like I'm a good sounding board and a good translator for those who have the questions for you guys. But yeah, you're the experts, not the exports.
We are
We are also
exports.
exporting,
Yeah.
so
Exporting our skills and experience and stuff.
and illegal goods. So find me on the dark web if you can.
He is the security reporter.
But yeah, great question, and great questions all around. Like, I can't wait to see what more things come from the black hole information that we've received. We'll keep an ear to the ground. I'm sure you guys will too. So feel free to bounce stuff off us on Twitter, on whatever. We only really use Twitter here, besides the show itself. So I think we are just about out of time, though. Welcome back, Roger.
Thank you.
And thanks everybody for joining us. And we'll be back tomorrow one more time. And hopefully we won't talk about the AirPods anymore.
What? People love to talk about the AirPods and how they're losing them all the time.
Do you think that 55 million years from now, when we see what the black hole looks like today, we'll still be talking about 5G?
Yes.
Okay, that's
absolutely.
good. That's cool.
5G is forever.
And that black hole is just like, man, guys, still come
Just
on.
stop. Just stop.
I'm just gonna absorb it all now.
All right, Roger, take us on out of here.
The 359 is available on iTunes, TuneIn, Feedburner, Stitcher, Google Play Music, Google Podcasts, the Amazon Echo, and of course, CNET.com. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye, folks.
Bye.